Hey, welcome. You ever have those days where you just feel off and you can't quite put your finger on why? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on something called hormone disruptors. These are chemicals hiding in plain sight and stuff we use every single day, and they might be the reason your body's signals are getting all mixed up.
So let's just jump right in with a kind of weird question. Is your body getting fake alerts? I know it sounds a little out there, but trust me, this one idea is the absolute key to unlocking this whole topic.
Okay, so to really get what a fake alert is, we first got to look at how your body's real alerts are supposed to work. The best way to do this? Let's think of your body like it has its very own perfectly designed operating system.
All right, so picture this. Your body is like a brand new, top-of-the-line smartphone. You know the one. It's running on this flawless, super smooth operating system. Everything's perfectly calibrated. It just works exactly how it's supposed to.
And in this amazing system, what are the notifications? They're your hormones. Yep, hormones are basically the pings and alerts that tell your body exactly what to do and when to do it. Think about it. They're the signals for when to feel tired, when it's time to get up, how your skin is doing, or even keeping your mood on an even keel.
And when everything's running smoothly, these hormonal notifications are perfect. I mean, they're super clear, they show up right on time, and they are incredibly useful. There's no spam, zero confusion. It's just the right message at exactly the right moment. But what happens when that perfect system starts to glitch out? Right, this is where the whole thing gets messy. This is where we run into what I'm calling the fake alert problem. So go back to that smartphone in your head. Now imagine it just starts getting spammed with notifications from all these random apps you never even downloaded. It's buzzing for no reason, pop-ups are showing up at the absolute worst moments, and your battery, it's draining like crazy. All that noise, all that confusing static, that is exactly what these hormone disruptors are doing inside your body.
Okay, so let's put an official name to this thing. What is a hormone disruptor? Well, it's pretty simple, actually. It's just a chemical found in tons of everyday stuff that is really good at copying your body's natural signals. So it sends out these fake signals, and your body, which doesn't know any better, thinks they're the real deal and reacts. It's basically a case of mistaken identity happening at a microscopic level. So what happens when your body's internal operating system gets totally confused by all this fake spam? Well, that's when you start to actually feel it. You start seeing real-world symptoms. And this is the point where this whole abstract idea becomes very, very real.
Let me ask you, does any of this sound familiar? Like skin breakouts that seem totally random, or that feeling of just being wiped out all the time for no good reason? What about mood swings that just hit you out of the blue? Or maybe you're struggling with weight that just doesn't seem to make sense with what you're eating or how you're moving. Any of these could be a clue that your body's signals are getting crossed.
Okay, so the big question is, where is all this spam even coming from? Where do these fake signals originate? The answer, well, it might actually surprise you, because these things are literally hiding in plain sight.
I mean, these chemicals are in so many things we use every single day. We're talking about things like some of your go-to beauty products, those fragrances in lotions and cleaners, certain kinds of plastics, and just a whole bunch of personal care items. Seriously, they are all around us. Now, this is a really important point because it gets at a huge misconception. We tend to think of chemical harm as being this one big dramatic event, like a sudden explosion of damage from a single source. But that's not how this works. The reality is, it's the slow and steady drip. It's the tiny bits of daily exposure that build up and build up and build up over time. That's the real issue here.
And that brings us to what I think is the biggest idea of this whole explainer. It's a shift in how you look at this. A shift that honestly changes everything about how we can deal with this topic. Just let this one sink in for a second. Hormone disruptors? They're not some mysterious, evil villains lurking in the shadows. Nope, they are simply signal hijackers. That's their whole game. Their entire strategy is just to copy your body's signals and mess up the communication. And when you see it that way, you realize this isn't about being scared. It's about understanding their strategy. Because you see, once you get how they work, that all they're doing is hijacking signals, the whole topic just stops feeling so overwhelming. It's not some big, vague, scary monster anymore. It's a problem that has a playbook. It has a mechanism. And anything with a mechanism can be figured out, and it can be managed.
So I'm going to leave you with this final thought. You now know the playbook. You understand the strategy of a signal hijacker. So what's next? Well, the next step is for you to become a kind of code breaker for your own life. Start looking at the labels on the things in your home. Because once you know what you're looking for, you can start to take back control. You can get a say in the conversation your body is having with itself.